Good day, Rock County, and welcome to Hypothetically Speaking, the voice of Janesville and Rock County, where we focus on public accountability, civic literacy, and common sense conversations that build stronger communities. Today's story, Building Tomorrow's Rock County, Youth Leadership, Academic Growth, and Accountability in Action. Across Rock County, schools are reconnecting learning with leadership. And nowhere is that more visible than in the Janesville School District's 2024-2025 goals. Their mission statement says it clearly: provide engaging curriculum and experiences that develop the knowledge and skills for college, career, and community readiness. It's not flashy, but it's focused. And right now, focus matters. Instead of chasing new testing trends or flashy pilot programs, Janesville's approach is about steady, measurable progress that reaches every student. This year, the district set 3 clear goals: a 2% increase in English and math proficiency, a 2% boost in ACT and pre-ACT scores, and an improvement in attendance from 91.4 to 92.3%. Every percentage point matters because behind each one is a classroom of children, moving from basic to proficient. Across Wisconsin, about 40% of students test proficient in English and about 41% in math. Janesville's numbers are right there, but have stayed flat since 2019. District leaders say the key isn't perfection, it's progress. As one administrator put it, testing doesn't define our students, but it helps us define our priorities. Attendance is another big focus. Post-pandemic, districts across Wisconsin are working to rebuild consistent attendance habits. In Janesville, educators now frame attendance as an academic issue, not just an administrative one. An elementary principal said it best: every day counts. The difference between 91 and 93% attendance isn't just data, it's opportunity. And opportunity shows up in small ways. Yeah. It's like a breakfast cart at Jackson Elementary or morning check-in at Roosevelt, where staff greet each student by name and remind them that they belong. Now, by June of 2026, the school board will review results, but real progress happens day by day in classrooms, in reading groups, and morning attendance checks. One veteran teacher reminds us this isn't about test prep, it's about life prep. Academic growth is one side of the story. Civic growth is the other. Across the county, the Rock County Civics Academy, in partnership with Milton High School, is teaching civic literacy through dialogue and participation. As Academy leaders put it, a student who reads critically and interprets data becomes a citizen who participates thoughtfully. Students in the program don't just study government, they live it. They attend a committee meeting. They interview local officials and even draft mock resolutions. One recent project, a student-led proposal to improve recycling signage at county parks, was praised by the Public Works Committee and may be piloted next year. Together, these efforts connect learning to leading. And that's how Rock County builds the bridge between classrooms and community. But accountability has another side. Each fall, the Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction releases its forward exam and district report cards. And while these tools are designed for transparency, they've become a pressure point for district leadership. As one education analyst said, when scores drop, the pressure builds. Boards start asking, is it instruction, is it poverty, or is it leadership? Now, between 2015 and 2024, districts in multiple years of stagnant scores were far more likely to experience superintendent turnover. Urban and high poverty districts like Beloit and Racine faced the greatest instability, often for reasons far beyond the classroom. A former Rock County superintendent put it plainly: leadership accountability has become shorthand for test score performance. And when poverty and trauma go unaddressed, turnover becomes a distraction, not a solution. Locally, Janesville currently meets expectations with a solid 3-star rating. Beloit meets few expectations, and Milton continues to exceed them. That gap tells a larger story, a story about socioeconomic context. Even the Department of Public Instruction cautions results may be interpreted and should be viewed from the realities of each district. Statewide, 84% of schools meet or exceed expectations. 16% don't, and most of them are high poverty areas. As our editorial board asked recently, are test scores measuring learning or predicting the next superintendent search? Well, not all the news is sobering. Rock County Youth and Governance Program deserves applause for doing something remarkable, preparing students to lead. Starting in 2023 and formalized this past year, the program now places high school students on county board committees. They sit beside elected supervisors, study policy firsthand, and learn how government works. One student recently helped draft a youth mental health resolution that is now under review by the Human Services Committee. Combine this with the efforts of the Rock County Civics Academy, and it forms a civic pipeline from classroom to committee room. It's a proud example of local governance, not only serving the people, but inspiring the next generation who will serve next in line. At our next Civic Coffee Hour, we're asking, what would a more participatory, citizen-influenced budget look like in Janesville or Rock County? Could residents help shape the numbers before the hearings even begin? Could we host budget cafes where neighbors gather and sketch priorities on napkins or flip charts? It's a question worth chewing on, so maybe let's have a hot cup of coffee at Havana Coffee where civic ideas percolate alongside espresso. To close, a reflection on what we call the learning river. Now picture a river. Its headwaters begin in the highlands of economic and academic data. Scores, attendance rates, benchmarks. From there it flows through the rapids of instruction where teachers steer innovation and differentiation. It nourishes the garden of growth where students learn collaboration and civic literacy. And finally, it reaches the civic delta where programs like Youth in Governance turn leaders and learners into our future leaders. Along the banks stand families, school boards, and community partners, the watchtowers that keep education on course. Well, this is not a river of rankings, it's a river of readiness. As Janesville chases those modest 2% gains, the real question isn't, are we improving? It's, are we preparing? Are we preparing students not just to pass, but to participate, to lead, to serve, and to build a better Rock County? That's the current we're in. That's the journey ahead. Now, a question from one of our listeners. Why do you push citizen participation so much when City Hall never seems to listen? That's a fair question. The answer, civic participation, isn't about trusting every promise. It's about showing up anyway. Because when citizens disengage, the only voices left are the ones already in power. Committees may be imperfect, but they're an entry point. Every public comment, every student rep, every watchdog group shifts the balance from symbolic to substantive. If you're thinking about stepping up, check out our 10 Steps to Public Service Excellence. You can do that at rockcountycivicsacademy.org. And if you need a place to think or just a great cup of coffee, stop by Havana Coffee on Milton Avenue, where espresso meets engagement. We also thank attorney Tim Lindau and the Nowlin Law Firm for supporting civic education and democratic renewal, because at Hypothetically Speaking, we believe transparency should be standard and civic engagement should be Rock County's defining strength. Leadership isn't about ego, it's about service, about showing up, about listening deeply, and making decisions that reflect our shared values. Democracy is a skill, and like any skill, it improves with practice. So, until next time, stay curious, stay engaged, and stay connected. From Wisconsin's heartland to America's horizon, this is Richard Gruber, and this is Hypothetically Speaking, the voice of Janesville and Rock County. Have a great day.